Hail, and welcome back to Pokémon Yellow. Pikachu is happy to see us. I don't know why, because we've done jack shit with it so far.
And he was just awkwardly hovering above that door.
Yeah. How does that work? Like, Pikachu picture that pops up?
It's like, if you turn and face him, you can see what his emotions are.
It's just random then.
I don't know, Stephen, do you know, what's the friendship mechanic in...
I'm pretty sure it's all the same through every other game. Like, it builds up through each battle you get, and it can go down if you lose.
That's interesting. I know they put a bit more emphasis on friendship in Gen 2 than they did in Gen 1. I wasn't sure whether it actually exists in Gen 1, because I will say I like Gen 1, but there's a lot of stuff I don't know about it. I don't know what he's missing.
It probably only exists for Pikachu in this.
Possibly, yeah. I know that it was in Gen 2 where they started bringing in, like, evolutions for, like, friendship, and they had, like, them haircut brothers, didn't they? One of the funniest fucking things is taking Euronix to get a haircut.
Oh my god. I had no idea.
I had no clue how that works, but yeah, you can take Euronix for a haircut and it'll, like, get happier because you've taken it and had it groomed. Yeah, here's our Nidoran female. Also, in terms of this playthrough, I'm not going to be doing the thing I did in, like, the older runs where, you know, I'd have them awkward jump cuts when wild Pokemon show up. What I'm doing is I am using RNG manipulation to reduce the number of wild Pokemon that show up on screen. So, essentially the process there is I use save states, and if a Pokemon jumps out, then I'll just reload the state and then go back through a different route. But yeah, here's our second battle against Blue in the span of like 10 minutes. And if you can't tell, yes, I did grind Pikachu up off screen quite a bit.
Yeah.
Thankfully, I have a bit of advantage here. This is kind of like the representing, you know, the Spearow episode from the anime early on, where like Pikachu had to defend Ash against the flock of Spearow by zapping them all away, which was actually really fucking cool.
Yeah.
Pikachu would have gone up so many levels at that point.
Yeah, just like knocked out like 30 of the fucking things in one hit. I have no idea how that works, it just did. But that's the thing actually, I haven't really paid too much attention to that, but have you seen there's that film being worked on of like retelling of the first couple of episodes? That could be quite interesting. Like,
so there's slight redesigns here and there, like the symbol on Ash's hat.
But just like a kind of Pokemon Origins, but like in a way.
It's sort of just a retelling of the first couple of episodes, like just, you know, Ash and Pikachu meeting and that sort of thing. It's an interesting idea. I don't really think there's that much to work with at the start, so it'll be interesting if they change bits up. But one thing I did notice from the trailer, I am irrationally butthurt about this, but Ash doesn't have the pink rubber gloves.
Oh yeah!
I can't believe I'm petty enough to bitch about that, but I noticed that.
What are these pink rubber gloves?
He uses them because Pikachu's electric. So, and because when he first meets Pikachu, he's using rubber gloves because Pikachu doesn't like him and he keeps shocking him. So he's got a rope tied around Pikachu and he's got rubber gloves and he's towing Pikachu along because Pikachu's refusing to move.
I do like sassy Pikachu, to be fair. Yeah, I'm not doing nicknames this time. I'm just sort of curating my team, although I remember in Fire Red I had the Nidoran males evolutions, like I ended up with a Nidoking. This one I went for the female one. I don't know if the male ones appear in that picture class or not, because I just found 2 female ones, but yeah, I like Nidoqueen as well as Nidoking, so just thought I'd roll with it.
They're both really good designs, aren't they?
They are.
Rhydon was the first Pokemon design, wasn't it?
Yeah, Rhydon.
Right.
Was it? No way, it was Rhydon actually. Yeah.
Yeah, that was the first one designed, which I think is kind of cool. You know, that's like the mentality they started with putting Pokemon together. You think, what can we start?
That one's like a proper monster, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. It's sort of got like the. It looks almost like a battle monster, doesn't it? It's got like the stocky build and it's got the drill on its face. You know, the drill, aim for the horn, yes. Meme quota fulfilled.
Probably explains why Rhydon can learn so many moves.
Maybe.
Possibly.
I don't know, I think chances are when they say he was designed first, it was probably just his physical design. They probably didn't really do much with him until like they had him put in the game along with the others.
But it can learn surf.
Yeah.
This thing that's made of rocks.
Yeah, well,
go swimming.
You know, but if you use like a water gun on it, then it's fucking dead.
Yeah,
it can submerge itself in water just fine.
It needs to voluntarily submerge itself in water. If someone else does it, that's it. It's fucked.
Yeah, the suicide hit does nothing.
Oh god, could you imagine just like a Rhydon? It just wants to end everything, so it jumps into water. But because it's voluntarily done it, nothing affects it.
Oh shit, I learned surf now. Can it learn dive in later gens?
I don't know. I don't think it can.
Oh, that would be amazing if it could. Like just drilling its way under the water.
One of my favourite things is like it's like you battle Kyogre in the middle of the sea, and it's been causing typhoons and everything. You catch it. It can't swim until you've taught it surf.
I remember seeing one comic a while back that I thought was brilliant of like Kyogre's the worst roommate to hang out with because his drizzle always makes it rain.
Well, to be fair, I mean, Groudon would be pretty bad as well, considering it'd be bloody scorching.
Although, if you were like, you know, if you had both of them, that could be quite useful. You know, you send out which one depending on like what weather you're on at the time. Just go on, Groudon, I'm getting cold, warm it up for us. Okay. Now I'm sort of dying, I need some rain. Go on, Kyogre.
Take like Groudon to the Arctic, Kyogre to the desert.
Yeah, actually, like I know this is asking like really stupid questions, but how does the whole fucking ecosystem and, you know, water cycle and everything like that work in the Pokemon universe when you got shit like this going on?
Yeah, especially considering there are Pokemon with drought, like Ninetales, or Pokemon with drizzle, like Politoed. I think Politoed is one of the few that has drizzle as its ability outside of Kyogre. And then it just gets even worse when you get Primal Groudon and Kyogre.
Are there any equivalents for like hail that make it hail?
Yeah, there is. I know Abomasnow has snow warning.
Oh, I don't like Abomasnow. Both because it's kind of a dumb looking design, but also it's double weak to fire, which is kind of a huge vulnerability.
Of course, Sandstorm.
Oh yeah, Sandstorm, like Tyranitar's got that. That I remember I used a Tyranitar a bit, like on post-game for Ruby. I used to just go around fighting shit with my Tyranitar that I traded over from Colosseum. That was cool. But yeah, I like how we've spent like 5 minutes talking about abilities in a game that doesn't have abilities.
Pretty much.
Yeah, where we are right now is the sort of tutorial dungeon in Viridian Forests. Essentially, there's a lot of bug catchers here. You'll be fighting loads of Caterpies. That's basically all that happens. They essentially remade this blow for blow in X and Y, didn't they? Yeah, that was kind of weird, but like I know that Gen 6 was quite heavy on the Gen 1 throwbacks, but it feels weird that they just were so blatant with how...
Yeah, it just sort of hits you in the face as soon as you've left your hometown, walk through the grass, and suddenly you're in Viridian Forest.
Yeah.
What, so it was a different area, but it looked exactly like Viridian Forest?
Yeah.
Alright.
In X and Y, they remade Viridian Forest at the beginning of the game.
Yeah, it's like it's same sort of thing. Like it's just for some reason in Kalos, there's this forest that is an exact identical clone of Viridian Forest.
I mean, it's really nice to see it in 3D.
But still...
it's like, couldn't you have come up with something original?
Yeah, like even like I get the idea of like having the forest as your first dungeon is a good idea because you know it lets you put out like get a feel for travelling through like a packed-in area while still having like easy-to-beat bug types. But still, like you can do that, but make it at least a little bit unique. I will say I don't want this to be like a sort of let's shit on Gen 6 thing, because I like Gen 6 a lot. It's like one of my favourite generations, but yeah, they did like to throw back to Gen 1 a little bit much, I think.
Especially since they hand you one of the starters once you get to Lumio City.
Or I am okay burning down half the game with like my Mega Charizard. One day I'd like to do Gen 6 on it, like either X and Y or Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. I'll have to get like a 3DS capture thing for that, but yeah, I just think Gen 6 was like sort of the tipping point of making Pokemon less archaic, wasn't it, in terms of like the experience share. That's something that I do miss when I go back to older generations.
So the only thing that I prefer about the sprites to the 3D is that they feel like they've got more personality to them sometimes.
I think it depends on the sprite and the model, because some of the models in X and Y and like onwards are still pretty cool.
I feel that sometimes the colour looks a little bit washed out with some Pokemon. Like, I know you don't like Venusaur, but in the sprites it's like a very bright green when it's shiny. And it really shows. In X and Y onwards, it's a little bit more washed out. It's like, ugh.
I will clarify, I don't not like Venusaur, I just think he's the least interesting of the three. Like, I'd take Charizard or Blastoise over Venusaur any day, but
I think that's the common consensus, isn't it? Like,
it is, no one picks Bulbasaur.
Although my brother did restart Pokemon eventually, and he went with Bulbasaur.
Was that just for the sake of a challenge run, or was it just because
he actually chose it because he wanted to use it?
I suppose each to their own, but like, I think it's Bulbasaur we're going to be given first in this game, either Bulbasaur or Charmander, I can't remember actually. But we'll get to him in a little while. We've still got to take down Brock first, once I finish faffing around in Pure City.
Do you get Bulbasaur before Misty? Or after, probably, innit?
After, I think.
You get Bulbasaur and Charmander, then Squirtle, I'm pretty sure.
I think you can probably go out of order, but I don't know. I know you get Squirtle last, like you get the option to get him last because he's after beating Surge, I think.
Yeah.
I like how we're debating this when we're gonna see it anyway.
I'm fair to say it is Bulbasaur, Charmander, Squirtle, but of course you can go out of order if you get to Surge, because then you can just go back and pick them from any order you want.
This here is the Pewter Museum. They're basically just showing off the fossil Pokemon that you can get. That Aerodactyl we saw, the first one that I looked at, the fossil that you need to get for that is actually in the back way of the thing. If you go round the part you're not meant to go in once you get cut, you can come back here and do that. They sort of get a bit pissy at you for going through the back way, but one of the dudes there gives you an Aerodactyl fossil, so like I can roll with that.
Yeah.
There's something just like, although I do like the more sort of colourful, like overworlds of more recent games, there's something sort of charming about this particular art style. And I say this as someone who got into Pokemon starting with Gen 2. Like, the first Pokemon game I played was Silver, and I played through that, and then I went back to Yellow quite a bit later. And so to see this much more simplistic art style, because Gen 2 actually, there is quite a bit of difference in the art style, so you might not think about it, but like the use of colour once you get to Gen 2, it really makes everything pop more than this does.
So I'd never really thought about it before, but in the Pokemon world, they can resurrect the dead.
Yes.
Why is there even a cemetery? Why are people mourning that their Pokemon have been killed by Team Rocket? Why am I only just now thinking about this? It's like, oh no, you've killed my Growlithe. Well, let me just take it to that lab that's outside that gym.
Well, I think what's going on there is that they're not explicitly resurrecting. They're just taking samples from the fossils and like using DNA trickery to bring, like, to clone them essentially. Basically, that dude is Mewtwo.
But then again, it's like in the anime, it sort of does it a little bit differently. They make it seem like the Pokemon itself, what it used to be, is actually being resurrected from the dead. Because I remember there's an episode in Black and White where a Tortuga is resurrected, and because there's this whole convoluted plot about a boy who ends up finding a portal to the past, befriends a Tortuga, then returns back to his time. Then later on as an adult, finds the fossil, resurrects it, and it remembers him.
So what that kind of is they're treating fossil cloning as though it's like cryogenic freezing.
Yeah.
Which, like, they've used that plot properly before with, like, Price's Pilot's Line, haven't they?
I can't remember that.
Yeah, because they had that story with Price's Pilot's Line where, like, it went off to get berries for him when he was young and ill and never came back, and it turned out later that it got frozen in the ice cave.
How many turns do you suppose it was waiting to thaw out?
Yeah.
The other Pokemon it was fighting had already buggered off.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm waiting for your turn, please.
Yeah. Or it's just stuck frozen in the cave for, like, since Price was a kid, and, like, he's a fucking old dude, isn't he?
That's the longest battle ever.
Yeah. Anyway, what do we think of Sandshrew?
I like it.
I like its design. I don't know how good it is in battle or anything. Like,
it's a cute design. I think I like the ice type one more.
Just about to say I prefer Alolan.
Yeah, it is so adorable in its Alolan form.
It looks like an igloo.
Yeah, I prefer Sandslash in Gen 1, but like,
I don't know, I'm sort of on the fence between the two.
I've got to point out that line of dialogue just saying, "You're pretty hot, but not as hot as Brock." Okay, no comment. I think in, like, Red and Blue he was shirtless in his design as well, wasn't he? So, like, that was leaving a little bit up to interpretation. I think he's got his anime gear here in his sprite, but still. We're gonna fight Brock now, and his Pokemon, they do dip them down a couple of levels from Red and Blue. Like, I think they were 12 and 14 in Red and Blue, whereas here they're 10 and 12. Which I suppose is just taking into account that you've got the Pikachu, so, you know.
Yeah. Oh, look at that double kick.
Yeah, I got smart this time. Because, yeah, if you want to take down the rock types, you want something that's fighting, because at this point in the game you're probably not going to have a grass or water type. So, yeah, like Stephen said in the first part, you want to go get yourself, like, a Mankey or a Nidoran. Is Mankey in yellow? I can't remember finding any.
I'm pretty sure I do have Mankey in my current run.
Oh, right. Yeah, because I can never remember which one's exclusive to which. I think one of them, like, doesn't have Vulpix, which is a shame because I like Vulpix as a Pokemon. That's another one that's got a, like, regional variant in Alola, isn't it?
Yep, and it looks great.
Yeah, but with Vulpix I prefer the fire type one, same with Ninetales.
Again, I'm in between on both of them because I love how elegant the ice one looks.
That's not to say that I don't like the ice one. I do actually quite like it a lot. As you say, it looks elegant and it's just quite a pretty looking Pokemon. I just think the fire one is just so much more. It fits the theme of, like, the sort of Kitsune who curses you and things like that. It feels that theme a little bit better. And it also makes the tails look more distinct because the Ice Ninetales does actually have 9 tails. It just doesn't really look quite as clear on Ice Ninetales. It looks like it's just one puffy big blob on its arse, really, you know? But it has nothing on my original character, Ten-Tails.
All those Alola forms are good, but there's only one true god of the Alola forms.
Executor.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I don't like that design, honestly. It's goofy and I can laugh at it, but 1, it looks stupid. 2, why is it fucking dragon type?
These are the reasons I absolutely love it, because of how stupid it is. It's like, this makes sense.
No, it doesn't.
It's like it's grown into an actual palm tree. Why is it a dragon? I don't care, honestly.
Admittedly, I would probably like it more if it wasn't dragon. It's just become a bit of a pet hate of like recent generations where they start just giving dragon to everything.
Yeah, that's one thing that does irritate me.
Why the fuck is Ampharos dragon?
Apparently, its name in Japanese, it does sort of translate to like electric dragon.
Dragon shape, got it. Yeah, but we'll see you next time where we'll be going through Mount Moon. See you then, folks.